Assalamualaikum. International law के MCQs हम करेंगे. हमारे पास फर्स्ट MCQs है. Extradition proceedings are based on principle of equality, principle of non-interference in domestic affairs, principle of reciprocity, और none of these. Correct option है option 4, none of these. Second है dolus specialis refers to special agreements between two states, to special intent requirement to constitute the crime of genocide. Third है widespread and systematic nature of the crime of genocide. Fourth है none of these. Correct option है option 2, specific intent requirement to constitute the crime of genocide. Third है which one of the law is not source of the international law? International financial transactions, international principle of law, international contract, or none of these. Correct option है option 1, international financial transactions. Fourth है which of the following conventions encourage the state parties to reward indigenous knowledge? United Nations Convention on Biodiversity 1982, United Nations Convention on Means of Prohibiting Illegal Export of Cultural Property 1970, United Nations Convention Against Narcotic Drugs. None of these. Correct option है option 1, United Nations Convention on Biodiversity 1992. Fifth है United Nations Convention Against Torture 1994 prohibits acts of torture committed by individual citizens, occupying forces, non-state actors, और none of these. इसके जो करेक्ट ऑप्शन वहाँ मिल रहा था वो एवरीबॉडी के लिए था, लेकिन यहाँ पे कुछ ऑप्शन दिए हुए तो मैं इंडिविजुअल सिटीजन्स के लिए जाऊँगा जितना मैंने सर्च किया इसके ऊपर. बाकी आप किसी ऑप्शन के साथ भी जा सकते हैं. Sixth है the just war doctrine was repudiated after the entry into the force of Bretton Woods Agreement 1944, the Covenant of the League of Nations 1920, Gillibrand Pact 1928, or none of these. Correct option है none of these. Seventh, the task of United Nations peacekeepers is apprehend suspects in conflict zones, fight war in conflict zones against aggressor, to maintain law and order in the conflict zone, or none of these. Correct option है option 3, to maintain law and order in the conflict zone. Eighth है Montevideo Convention 1933 sets out definition, rights and duties of the state, lays out rules on the self-determination for the states, delineate maritime boundaries of the states, or none of these. Correct option है option 1, set out definitions, rights and duties of the states. 9 है according to United Nations Convention on Laws of the Sea, and the breadth of the exclusive economic zones shall not exceed 200 nautical miles, 300 nautical miles, 100 nautical miles, or none of these. Correct option है option 1, 200 nautical miles. 10th है the following resolution of United Nations Security Council oblige member states to prohibit terrorist funding and designate terrorist organizations under United Nations Security Council 1474, UNSC 1441, UNSC 1373, or none of these. Correct option है option 3, UNSC 1373. 11th है United Nations Convention Against Corruption 2006 encourages member states to make laws aimed at protecting whistleblowers, witnesses, both 1 and 2, or none of these. Correct option है option 1, whistleblowers. 12th है art judiciary obligation requires state to incarcerate the fugitive, extradite or prosecute the fugitive, request Interpol to capture the fugitive, or none of these. Correct option है option 2, extradite or prosecute the fugitive. 13th है universal jurisdiction is exercised on the basis of seriousness of crime, universal abhorrence of the crime, universal prevalence of the crime, or none of these. Correct option है option 1, seriousness of the crime. 14th है just ad bellum refers to law during warfare, law regulate the decision to go to war, law after the outbreak of the war. None of these. Correct option है option 2, law regulate the decision to go to war. 15th है which of the following represent military targets? Monuments of military martyrs, prisons, camps for sick and wounded. None of these. Correct option है option 4, none of these. 16th है remedies for the unlawful use of force include restoration of territory, reparation and apology, monetary compensation, ceding territory and prisoner exchange, both 1 and 2, or none of these. Correct option है option 3, both 1 and 2. 17 है meaning of principle of rebus sic stantibus, there is no crime without a law, a treaty must be adhered to faithfully, a fundamental change of the circumstances, or none of these. Correct option है option 3, a fundamental change of circumstances. 18 है who is considered father of the international law? Oppenheim, Hugo Grotius, Suarez, or none of these. Correct option है option 2, Hugo Grotius. 19 है solely is principle associated with extradition, nationality, asylum, or none of these. Correct option है option 2, nationality. 20th है piracy is a crime within the jurisdiction of the Flag state, offender state, all of the states or none of these. Correct option है option 3 all of the states.